Mm-hmm. Hey, Schmiff. I actually played this game off stream. Like, instead of Warframe, I ground out Dark Souls. Let's see, what do we have that's new? Got the stone, got the Drake Keeper shield. I have big meaty claws now. I have... Right. The best crit dagger in the game. Or at least arguably the best crit dagger. The strength dagger, actually. Yeah, B strength, D dex. However, it has the... It's tied for the highest crit modifier of all daggers, so this thing's a real good for riposts and backstabs. I got the Drake Keeper's sword. Yes, and their shield. And their armor. And their helmet. And their gauntlets. And their leggings. I'm a Drake Keeper now. What else did I get? Weapon-wise, I got a mace plus 9. That was for killing the Drake Keepers, but it also comes in handy elsewhere. Yes. I got the Enigmatic Shadow set. Good luck getting this on your end. If you have this, if you don't have Scholar of the Person enemy placement, you only have 2 shots per playthrough to get this set that drops rarely. Unless you do a whole back out reload area thing. NG plus 1 and beyond, 2 of these assassins spawn in one particular boss fight. And that's the only place they spawn and the only time they spawn. So you have to keep resetting the boss fight if you want to farm them on your end. Unless you have my enemy placements, then there's a couple of spots in the world you can farm them at. They also drop the Big Meaty Claw and the Desperate Dagger, so this is everything that they drop. I can tell you the body part's well sought after for ninja appearances, and the dagger for, well, functionality. I have never seen anybody use the claw. They don't even use the claw themselves, they just drop it. That should be everything I ground out. Oh, and because I got a lot of souls in the meantime, I did level up a couple of times, and I did some more upgrades. I already forgot what... Oh, right, the dagger is plus 10 already. Yeah, because I remember them saying PlayStation 3, like the last gen versions, didn't have the hardware to support all the changes. It seems like screen cancer may be a possibility tonight. I can change networks, but... Oh boy. Yeah, it's also been cutting out, too, so I think after this I'll change networks and see if that helps. I'm still in short range on that. Yeah, there's like some very... I can really feel the lag in this fight, so I think it's my end instead of a on-cast thing. Hooray! Yeah, 1.4K bitrate is not good. Adding the packet loss I felt there, that is definitely something. Alright, I'm going to switch networks, which of course, as you know, means a disminute. Can't quite connect to my other network right now. Okay, that should... Oh, or that didn't help at all. This is definitely screen cancer right now. I don't think... There's nothing I can really do to solve this at the moment. So... Are we gonna cancel or nah? I hope the audio is still going through. Fine. At least narrate what I'm gonna do. Ah. Welcome to Screen Cancer, Alyssa. Anywho, since my entire network, both the ones I have access to, have absolutely atrocious connections tonight, I'm leaning towards just calling it, but, boy. In the meantime, I will narrate what I'm about to do, at least before I finally decide whether we continue or not. That last summon... Oh, that's good to know. Because when you guys hit a Screen Cancer, I see about 1k bitrate on my end, and that's what it's about right now. But I have 10 Sunlight Medals now, as of that last fight, which means I can rank up in the Sun Bros. And the next reward is the best scaling straight sword in the game. Yeah, good. The audio really doesn't seem to degrade much. So I'm running through the toxic mines, because there's no way to clear out this poison, unfortunately. No windmill will clear that away. Oh, I see her back up to 2k. That should be pretty watchable. Alright, just to offer all 10. That should rank us up. I've already lost count on the medals. I mean, what's very concerning on my end is I'm seeing it go to 0 bitrate rather frequently for like a second, which is definitely a sign of an atrocious connection. As I said, I lost count in the medals at around 4, so... There we go. I'm out of sun medals. I have no idea if you can even see this right now. But I have the sun sword. The sun sword has the best scaling out of all the straight swords. It's pretty decent base damage too, so it's, I think, of the physical ones, the highest damaging as well. Well, if you have the stats to back it up. So, is this too unwatchable for you? Or should I keep going on? I still need like 60,000 souls or something to fully upgrade this thing. It's very expensive to upgrade stuff. It's 6,000 for Titanite shards. It's... what was it? 15,000 for large shards. And 36,000 for chunks. And 13k for a slab. But I already have... I still have some slabs left over. So that's like, what? 57,000 souls to upgrade something from 0 to +9. That's discounting the actual reinforcement cost, which would definitely put that over 60,000. I have mixed feelings about your standards being lowered. It already comes out of the gate with B scaling. I know it goes up to A scaling at plus 10. Alright, this is one look. The Drake Keeper appendages, I do like the boots and the gauntlets. The armor, it's like it's too much bulk, especially on the shoulders, but the cuirass within it is actually pretty good. It's close to fluted. Hmm. Oh, the shadow set was just like this piece is the best one. Very much ninja look. Well, they are assassins, so it makes sense. I actually do want to try out this little dinky dagger. Oh, right, I'm in offline mode because of the connection switches. And that is not quite an instant kill, actually. Interesting. That is why I one-shot them still. Yeah, Zwei and Santier is very good for backstabbing them. I do want to switch over to the crossbow, not because I favor crossbows. I know I used to really favor crossbows because you can just do a quick hot swap and fire. You don't need to draw it and lay your hand and catch people off guard with that. With mundane, it scales, but this crossbow, just because it matches the look, that's really it. I do need to double check it with the other look. It's alright. This is not the closest bonfire to where I need to farm. Well, not farm, it's where I need to explore. There are some corpses I have yet to locate. I saw from other angles. Thank you. This DLC just has the best fashion in it. It's got the Drake Blood set, and now it's gave me this look too. It's so awesome. Alright. Alright, what am I going to be facing? I think I should get magic arrows in on my setup. Do I... No, I'll keep the repair gear. I don't think I really need perseverance. So I'll go with Great Soul Arrow just because I have 5 more casts of that. And actually, I may go all sorcery for the first time, so I'm going to put Hush in there. So I have Hush, Great Soul Arrow, and Repair. See, these towers I'm walking on right now should have lower levels with corpses on them. But I have to, like, parkour my way to them in a game without parkour. So this is going to be risky. I think I did this on stream last time. I did get 200 wood arrows. May have just barely a line of sight on here. Want to get as good as I can because I've mentioned how imprecise architectural collision can be. Like that. Like that. Just because I have line of sight doesn't mean I have line of sight. I can give the camera line of sight, but I don't think I can get arrow in there. Nah. Hey there, Anthony. Welcome to Poor Quality Connection Night. Oh, that lured the wrong one. Seriously, would you stop hitting air? That's also not the one I'm on. Where's the switch for the one I'm standing on? Now it's probably right down there, isn't it? Right down the road. Yeah, Hush isn't doing what I'd like to do. Okay, now that the hindrances are gone. Well, most of them. Okay, so there was the corpse there, but I think there's also a corpse down on the second floor below. I saw... At least I believe I saw... Now all the hindrances are gone. It seems like these legs don't give me quite as much fall protection as the silver cat ring, so I'll equip that as well. Fuck them, they spit poison. Alright. And smack that. Oh, not quite fast enough from there. Alright, so those are... Alright, yeah, there it is. There it is. That's a lot easier than I thought you to get to. Kind of. Huh. Is that it? I swear there was one more item. I feel like there was one... Well, yeah, there's that one. Right over there. And I think that's it for all the items here, at least all that I'm aware of. I don't think anybody wants those statues. Why else would everybody throw theirs down the pit in Majula? You need a pit here to throw them down. Alright, let's operate that and see if this has floors underneath. Oh, solid tower. Alright. Wait, seriously? This is the second fork in this DLC that I have just completely missed. Like, no excuses. This is an obvious fork that I should have gone down, but I didn't. Oh. Oh, it's their mates. Okay. Surely would. Okay, that's everything here. Also, it seems like the connection is stabilized. And I hope that doesn't jinx it. So far it hasn't... The rate hasn't crashed in the next few seconds. That... It has not gone below 3.5K for a while. It's staying around 4K, where it should be. Oh yeah, and speaking of 4K, I am not looking forward to 4K being the norm. 4K textures take it, like, your 1080p texture may take up 500 megabytes or so. I'm just using random numbers out here just to get the ratio across. Your standard high def 2K, maybe 1080, maybe 500 megs, but your 4K is going to be like a gig or two for the same texture. And just how many textures we have in games now, it's kind of little wonder that Modern Warfare is 300 gigabytes to install. And I would have been like, oh well, you just have to get more storage or get more efficient compressions, but then you realize that Nvidia has this DSSL thing algorithm they've put together that can upscale 1080p to 4K, and it looks better than actual 4K, while still being as accurate, if not more accurate, even though it has less information to work with. Yeah, you need the. If you're talking about the bitrate to my stream, then yeah, past a certain point it doesn't really matter. But when it comes to the like resolution, it depends on your monitor. Your monitor has to support 4K in order for you to actually see a difference at all. It's kind of like the difference between, say, 60 FPS and 144. I'd say the only reason I want 4K is just to see further out in the distance. Because if I need to look out there at the mountain ridge in the distance, 4K is going to give me more detail than 1080p. But there's very few games where I actually need to look out that far. I mean, I can tell you why 4K is being pushed so hard. Marketing. It's screenshots and looking pretty that sells games the most to the unwashed peasants. Yeah, like aside from looking out at things from a far distance, there isn't too big a deal difference between 1080p and 4K, and especially with the upscaling thing, there's really no reason to take up that much to quadruple the storage space you need just for a minor improvement. The marketing's pushing for it, and where we are in capitalism, the marketing has more power than any other section of any other arm of a company. At least it tends to. A lot of game companies, the marketing's making half the decisions, which is why a lot of AAA games, which is why it's AAA schlock and not AAA games. Yeah. If you want good games, you have to look through the indie space, and it's really hard to find what you want in there because they don't have the budgets for advertising, and there's like a lot of them. I mean, Steam's helping with that. Steam's also coming out with their own search algorithms to say, like, they're getting more and more accurate with their recommendations to give you games that you actually would like and are actually good. I don't know where Slip has gone here, but yeah. I will say this, just like how there's not enough lock stones for all the contraptions in the game, there's not enough wedges for all those abominations. I guess I'll tell you now to save you the pain. There are 4 of them in the final bosses room for this DLC, and they all emit a healing aura. So, I mean, you don't have to take out all of them if you can keep the boss in one corner of the arena. but you gotta take out at least one. Keep in mind, they can also be trash. It's a bit of a shotgun spread. Because there are some very talented first-time devs, but there's also a lot of people that put out garbage, or they just don't know what they're doing, and it kind of ends up as garbage. As far as I remember, you only get them from like corpses and chests, and they aren't item drops you can farm. So you can't get more wedges, but you know what? We can settle this by just wikiing it, like I do nearly everything at this point. Yeah, you only need to take out one, and I need to emphasize you only need to. That gives you one little corner of the arena where the boss is not being healed. And if you can fight the boss in that one little corner, you're good. You can save 3 more wedges. But most people will end up using 4 wedges to destroy all of them. Because no. Although if you can farm an enemy for wedges, you can just go into the company of champions and farm those. Be pretty nice, if that's the case. But my memory says there's a very limited supply. So you have to pick and choose the ones you want to. According to the Wikidot, there's 10 in Broom Tower, and treasure in memory of the old Iron King. That means there's 11. Yes, you can have at most 11 wedges, and the game wants you to use the first one on that one right there. Just to kind of demonstrate how they're used. So that's not an enemy you can actually fight with conventional weapons, you have to use the wedge on them. Which means that's 5 wedges you have to use elsewhere. 6 if you get the one in the memory. Now I'm reading the wiki right now. And if I bring the wiki onto the... You know what? I can just edit properties on this. I don't have to drag it over. It'd be faster for me to drag it over to my first monitor, but that would cause Dark Souls 2 to minimize because this is an older implementation of full screen. Yep. Here, there's 11 in total, 16 in the beginning. We're close to it. Oh. There you go. And there's one in an old memory you can go through. And in Room Tower, and 1 treasure, so it was 11 total. I trust the Wikidot. The Wikidot really tends to verify their information, and they say if it's unverified. Extra Life was just getting popular around the time Dark Souls 2 was released, so that wiki is a lot more fleshed out, both visually in terms of information, but they aren't as thorough in making sure all their stuff is correct. They've also gotten kind of infested with adverts and embedded videos and streams and whatnot. That's just a whole lot of extra baggage I don't like. So I tend to avoid Extra Life. But for Dark Souls 2, I do have to admit, they have a wiki on par with Wikidot for 2. But aside from that, I prefer you go to Wikidot for your Dark Souls stuff. Or not just Dark Souls, Demon Souls too. Yeah, there was a cursed area. You need a special key to get in there, so I think we won't get there until like near the end of this DLC. I think I remember. I'm not sure if it kills you, but it is curse. Like the whole area is cursed, and there's no way to remove the curse zone, so you just have to sprint through it as fast as possible. That's just a petrification aura. Petrification would definitely just outright kill you. Alright, I sat down because I need to attune new spells. I also looked up Sunlight Blade just to kind of look up why it felt kind of crappy. Turns out the actual attack power of Sunlight Blade is fixed. However, the duration is tied to my faith stat, and the number of casts is tied to my attunement. So me bringing down the requirement from 36 to 24 dropped the duration by about half. Like, it should be 60 seconds, or maybe 90 seconds, but my current level of faith, it's like 30 seconds. Which is not long at all, of course. Yeah, I guess I want Magic Shield. Because they're going to be shooting fire. Some of the idols shoot fire pillars like that one. Others do healing. I think that's kind of it. So healing ones and there's the fire ones. Maybe a third type, I don't remember it. Or do I bring repair? Or do I bring something else? So I don't think I have to deal with status effects. I think it's mostly fire damage here. Fire and physical. Maybe a bit of dark. There may be a bit of dark, but there's definitely fire. So I guess replenishment? Although I would like to get these reordered, so... Replenishment... Med heal... Yeah, med heal. And... Magic barrier. That's fantastic. Can't really see. Okay, my room is very dark. These monitors are the only light in here. I do keep my curtains closed because I don't like the sunlight causing glare. And I obviously don't try to open them. But I can't see the movement from here. I don't see any light from outside. I'll try the Zwei. Yeah, I have to use Third Dragon Ring, or the Soldier's Ring, because this is actually a very heavy loadout for me. Actually, it occurs to me, I could look up how many Ashen Idols there are. I don't think I should... I'm not sure if I should say it, because that may give you a bit too much ease going through here. Oh, cool. Yeah, it is. Very glad I have an Age Feather. I hear it. I hear one. And here, there should be another path down here besides parkouring. Close am I to a level up? Oh, my 3k soul's off. That's nice. So Toomey is next, because I'm just switching over to my main build. Oh, this is an extra path down. This is a... Oh, the Dex ring. Yeah, I kind of vaguely remembered that they had rings for increasing the stats in this game, but I'd only ever encountered the Faith ring in the base game, so I'm like, I guess I remembered wrong. So that should be +5 Dex. Which, depending on what your Dex levels are at, could be a very big or a very small boost. I could try making the leap to there, but that seems risky. And you now is a good time to look up how many Ashen Idols there are. Even find the entry for wedges again. There we are. Yeah, it actually would be great for level 1 build, but like, you go in here at level 1? Yeah, I guess. There aren't... I mean, getting the key would be something. And... Wait, you'd have to kill the old Iron King, though. You have to do a lot of stuff at level 1 to get that ring. Alright, you go jam... I don't... I blanked on what kind of word I want, or rather I couldn't think of one. You get your grub. Grab your grub. Wait, really? Alright, Pierre. But I'm reading this. Schliff isn't here, so we won't get spoiled for this. I'll say it. There are exactly 11 Ashen Idols in the game, and there's 11 wedges. I thought there were more idols than wedges, but I guess I just didn't find all the wedges then. Alright, I don't think I'll have to hesitate then. Yeah, I get you struggling with autocorrect, so I already know to uncorrect your autocorrection when I read it. I hear her. No, my axles don't feel as fast as the ones that I've seen the AI do. The connection stabilized. Otherwise, would have had to cancel. He has one of the... And he has a good boss weapon. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's actually both the bosses are memorable. Are there two bosses, or are there... Oh, there's three. There's three. I never fought the third. That's one of the areas I never went down. 5 plus 7. They give you a couple of plus 7 weapons in the DLC. Interesting. I'm not gonna ask who you mean. Time is a little fleck on the eyelash. It's like it's not causing any kind of itch or irritation in the eye, but like I can see it. It's refracting light. Ah, yeah. I guess the easiest of the trio, and oh boy, I don't have Hush, do I? Alright, let's go up, cast Magic Barrier, and then come back down. Oh, and Replenishment while I'm at it. Alright, Smelter Wedge. If I could out-heal if I chucked two. I hope the item stays there. Guess now's a good time to see if another weapon does better. Like, what if I go Lightning? What if? Oh, that's relieving. No, in the first game, the items don't stay there. The reload area. Whether through death or leaving or anything, items are gone. I think as you learned as well. Oh, welcome back, Smith. Yeah. Not appreciate you. Do not appreciate your advances. This is about as effective, even without the buff, as the Zwei-hander. It probably needs the counter damage. I'm not sure if the Zwei needs counter damage too, but it's still a 2-hit. But yeah, I got this thing to +9, and then I found out it's actually like 5 less damage than the Zwei-hander. Despite being twice as heavy. And I looked at it, and yeah, because it's S scaling strength, D scaling dex, and this is a BC. So, that makes sense. I guess I'm technically quality. I completely missed this chest that blended in so well with the background chests. Oh, well, thank you for the slab. DLCs are so generous with the items. Yep, item's still there. Alright, cool. Oh, okay. gonna tackle this. Can't attack through the ladder, which is great. Otherwise I would have been dead already. I could look up the resistances, because I definitely never tried to experiment on that end. Item. Faded souls. I think the most... Oh, I did not think it'd be that much damage. I think the most thickish thing a developer has is an alluring skull. I need to figure out the backstab angle. Yeah, I remember, I think it's only a couple of times, I think, where you go through this whole gauntlet of enemies and traps, and the item at the end, alluring skull. And there was one time there, it's just a skull with an item on it, and guess what? I hear other things moving besides me. Oh yeah, if I can get a sword drop from one of these guys, that would be great. It's a nice sword. I don't know if it's what I remember here, but I'm just going to cast this as a precaution. It's not quite remember. Good enough. Wait, did magic? Oh, I think it did. Either it ran out or it overrode the punishment. It's a nice sword. I think it has a short sword moveset. There's only 3 swords in the game with a short sword moveset. Which is part of why the short sword is actually pretty good. I just let these guys be. That's why you let them be. Different wall. What, should I blow up one of these? Yeah, fire bombs. I don't think I can get a safe enough away from the blast distance, so... Oh yeah, I'm kind of remember. I don't think it's here though. It's not here. A Calustre wall? Oh. That seems very obvious in retrospect. I still feel like there's room to be booby-trapped or something, but oh well. Nice. I almost never use those because I'm doing mundane build instead of a specific specialty, but nice. Oh, old radiant, that's good. Wilted Dusk Herb. Right, spell uses. That's what I get out of those. Good catch, Anthony. I do remember, like, a wall that you have to blow up. And that one's can be a bit tricky. Oh, don't tell me it's one of those things, isn't it? It was destroyed before I could really see what it does, but I do not like those things. You guys get to work. I'm just gonna take cover. Oh. I lean towards Magic Bar because I'm more used to it, but honestly thinking about it, it's one of those, they have their pros and cons kind of deal. It's just one this time. It's just one. Oh, whatever. Ow. 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 Stop that. He's got a wooden chest right behind him. This is gonna be... Oh, this is gonna be tricky. Now, so... I get the full warning out. Alright. Alright, now I can cast this +8. Wait, already? Already. Cool. Oh, yeah. Now we know it's Dark Souls. I didn't know I had iframes during the opening animation. Now I do. Actually, do I need Twinkling for something? I also have done for a level up. I'm going to check out what I needed Twinkling for. So far, I've only needed Twinkling for some armor. yet to use a weapon that needs Twinkling Titanite to upgrade. Regular shards. Regular shards. Regular shards. Regular shards. Twinkling. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Yes. One more Twinkling Titanite, and then we have Sanctum Knight +5. Yeah, it costs a lot of souls to upgrade things from 0, which is not nice. I think at my school there was some. Ones with panic bars on them. Well, they call them panic bars. The big metal bar that spans the entire width of the door that you press to open it by pushing. I think I've come across a couple of those that didn't have handles on the other side, so like you had to push it open and lock it open if you wanted to go through both ways. I mean, there's also... I've only seen pictures of these because they're memes, but there's like some security doors where like it's locked on one side, so you can't open it from like the outside. You have to be on the inside or you have clearance. Except they're like bar type doors like you'd have on a jail cell, so you can just reach through the bars and undo the lock from the inside. Like, I know the longsword will be effective, but I kind of don't want to rely on it. Zwei's got good stagger on them, though, that's for sure. It's just the stamina and the recoveries are a bit... not quite up to speed. Yeah, that is strange. Did it show up on YouTube, chat? Because I could try popping. It'd take quite a bit of time to open up, though. Yeah, I stopped using Chrome for Opera GX, but it still has a... Should I try, though? This looks like a while. I have to remember my password, as I a long time since I did a manual log into this to my streaming account. Yeah, the first thought that came to my mind when I got that crab claw weapon was the deep fried big meaty claws from SpongeBob. Because Limit Breakers, if you ever watch them, he has a minor obsession with crabs. There we are. I'm finally signed in. Hopefully when I go to my own stream I still have chat history. Probably should... Yeah, it's here. Yeah, I don't... Do not see your message with a swearing in it, Alyssa. Not even YouTube's history. But then again, this top chat, I should look at live chat. Top chat and live chat are generally the same, but there's apparently a minor difference. Yeah, I'll fiddle with my settings after stream to see if I can disable that. So I'm really fine with you guys cursing in chat, but if you can't because it gets eaten, that's an issue. Just now got it too. I do not have enough petrified somethings for this, do I? I'll give my handy-dandy greatsword a try. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that in for when I need to run to a statue. If you do, note I see nothing. Like, nothing pops up. There's no sensor bar or anything. It's just your message is never delivered, basically. Oh, right. I would want to use Great Magic Weapon. That seems to last a decent chunk of time. I mean, I still don't see a new message, so I'm guessing it got censored. Oh, yeah, here. This is gonna be... Yeah. Yeah, those big guys, they can pop out of the... Is it ash or snow? I guess it's ash, but it does look like snow. To the Shadow Realm. Yeah, those guys can pop out of this ash, too. I guess don't stand on that quite yet. Maybe do... Hmm. Hmm. Oh boy. Hopefully it doesn't come to life. Just in case, though. Oh, hi. So yeah, if you stand on that door, you end up going through. Yeah, this statue is one of the hardest ones to get, for sure. So many enemies nearby. I'll do some physical protection, because screw the extra souls at this point. And then magic barrier. Cast it just to refresh, because this does last a while. It really does. Oh boy. There we go. Iframe, save me. Okay, we do poise break. Wow, that was a lot. Yeah, that was a flurry of smacks from 3 different people. Yeah, that's why I had them fall down, because it's a bit tricky to guide them to it, but you can. And then with the fire blowing out of its shoulders, that's a hazard to you and them. Maybe if I two-hand this, the magic damage will do. I still think I should look up what the resistances are. That's something I wanted to do earlier. Alright, so Ashen Warriors. I did that in the past, but like to think I've improved. Resistant to slash, normal, strike, and standard. Well, standard damage. This isn't Dark Souls. The first. Alright, so don't use slash. Don't use elements either. This is just sort of smash them or stab them. And since I know that's the case, it's not really upgraded. I feel like I should upgrade this. Rapier is pretty nice with the counter damage. This can stab them, but it's also not that great stabs, so let's go with the bashing them in the face. They're pretty good in the DLC about like showing things to you first before they just hurl the trap in your face. They may be resistant to magic, but that doesn't mean they're immune to it, so I can still get a bit of bonus damage. Rating complete, relatively speaking. Yeah, I may actually just snipe a few through the ladder. One or two, I guess. So I can take him out fast enough with a lot of the stuff I have. It's not quite the knee, don't make the mean. That's a knee shot, though. Can't be an adventure anymore. Oh, and there goes that one. right? Game tends to use magic as a stand-in for water element, so... Imports ring +3. Didn't think it'd have that much lunge on his attacks, that's for sure. And true safety. And Shuck. Almost. Got it. Just need to get under here so I don't get hit with fire bombs. Yeah, that's pretty effective. Oh, then he's had to... Wait, how do you... Oh, there's a hole there. Okay. How did they come back to life? These things are enemies, by the way. They totally are. And they're the type of enemy that can... Yeah. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. Got my stamina. Now 6. Okay, I got the souls. Ooh, me? I saw twinkling. I don't want to go through here right now. In fact, it's 21:25. I think now's a good time to nope out to a different game. I'll try out Santier's Spear on them. It is stabby stab. I just can't use Mundane. I was thinking like, oh yeah, just reinfuse it to not lightning, but I'm like, right, Mundane got nerfed. Seriously? And there's also the ambushers on the way there, but like, seriously. I wish I had ring life protection. Because I've definitely got to try this out. Actually, wait a minute. I have fall protection because of these leggings. And there. I mean, even if it's not that much, it still does extra damage. I don't. Oh. Oh, ow. This has all been very rushed. I'd say they patched it. Yeah, got the robes on the first try. Yeah, so these sorcerers can drop a dagger that has... it's the same crit modifier as the other dagger, I have the Shadow Dagger. So it's tied with Shadow Dagger for highest crit modifier of all daggers. But it's a Dex dagger, where the Shadow Dagger is a Strength dagger. However, for a quality build, which, I mean, it's pretty similar to a mundane build as well, the Shadow Dagger is better scaling overall because it still has a little bit of Dex scaling. I'm guessing Fume doesn't have any Strength scaling. I bet so as well. Honestly, that was the part I didn't want to go through because there's all the ambushes and stuff. And I just blitzed through that because I wanted to see a bug. That was interesting. Yeah, she's still alive. I gotta get better at backstabbing them. Jeez. Cool your horses. And take a sip. Yeah, 3 of them is actually pretty tough. So I'm very likely to end up trading, and once you start trading, you just keep trading. They don't stop trading, and they don't stop trading, and they don't stop trading. Alright. There, 2 down. And the other one's a one-shot. I normally don't like destroying these, because, you know, it seems like there are people in agony, but items. Oh, that's handy. Relatively generous with the bonfires this time around. That, or I'm just going through here pretty fast. I don't know much. Is it to the left or to the right? That is my question. I know this isn't a boss fog, so I can go straight back through. Oh yeah, I remember this bonfire. I'll light it. I was gonna go get the item first that I saw, but I'll light it. The safer option. Seriously, +3 rings. In NG +0, we're getting +3 rings. Well, that's all the items. But it does open from this side. It's like, I am tempted to rest, but no. No. I would respawn all the things, and then I can't go exploring. I remember. I'm going this way because I remember the loot on this path. I'm just wondering if the Zweihander is the best bet for fighting it. I'll throw down the stone ring though. Spirit Maldron the Assassin. Okay, so 2 one-handed. That does something. That does something. That does something. God damn it, Maldron. It's wonderfully awful. There's an Ashen Idol around here. I'm just gonna do it the slow and easy way. Or not. This could actually be quite risky. Actually, hold on up. I should have a bunch of these, right? At least a few. Oh, I got 2. That may help. Oh, this place is cursed. That's not good. That's not good. I don't have Ring of Binding. Yay! Yay! That's why we have seeds. That is very true, Alyssa. Extremely true, and I really wish it weren't. Oh yeah, these guys, because they can whirl as they're going down. Yeah, they can do a little spinning thing when they lift up, so it's not a good idea to attack them there. Note, still a health bar, because they are still alive. Alright, now where in the bloody buttocks? There. There. Be gone, foul demon. Tell me there's another one. No, there is not. That is it. That is the only one. That is indeed the only one, and I have been cursed quite a bit. I'm gonna just head up, see if I can find a one-on-one. The trick to fighting 1,000 men is not to fight them all at once, but turning into 1,000. Not to be 1 versus 1,000, but to be 1 versus 1 1,000 times. So, that in mind, up an effigy. Not a life gem, because that's not enough for a miracle or really anything. But that. Yeah, I saw that. I know what's in there. You have to survive the gauntlet first. Okay, you done now? for you to get up there. Because I know you can chain rank to something I don't like. No, it's a kill. Oh, because that is stab, isn't it? No, I haven't read The Art of War. There's an old, okay anime I watched many years ago. Remember that line. Trick to fighting 1,000 people is not to make it 1 versus 1,000, but to make it 1 versus 1 1,000 times over. Alright. And 1, and 2, and 3, and a 4. And to get my item. I definitely don't remember the first part of it, because it did not flow as poorly as what I said. Oh, wow, that's quite the ambush. As I said, 3 is a risky business. Just so we're... Oh, I can use it. Fantastic. You know whose this is. Oh, there's no way I can power stance this right now. Oh, I so wish I could power stance it, though. Wait, does that... Yeah, it's a parry. As I said, there's a few weapons in this game where it's a different moveset for the left and right hand. And this is one of them. The cooler moveset in your left hand. Only get one per playthrough, so power stancing them is just even more glorious. But I don't think we'll ever see that on stream, given I'll probably move on to the next game once we hit credits. You can only power stance it in NG Plus or later. You can power stance it with a dagger? That's the lowest requirement dagger I have. I don't think I have the power stance with this, but nah. I'm always so hesitant to walk on these, but after doing it a few times, paying close attention, you actually have a relatively wide walkway to work with. It just feels so precarious, though. Oh. Oh, I don't have the... If it's the dagger, I don't have that with me right now. I just have Mitha's bent blade and the shadow dagger, which is just mirrored. I don't know, man. I'm gonna decide that stuff later on, when the time comes. Although there is an event going on in Warframe for like the next month, so I may just do that so I have time to farm it out. Well, more time too, because there's some very, very rare items I can get relatively easily if I farm it out. And I guess we'll go into detail instead of being vague. It's Arcane Energize, which is an item where anytime you pick up an energy orb, you have a chance to restore energy to nearby allies. And like in Dark Souls and other games, when it says allies, that includes yourself. So it's a chance every time you pick up an energy orb, you get a lot more energy than you usually would. And the thing with arcanes is it's like a percent chance to happen kind of deal. Unless you rank it up, and by feeding it more of the same arcane. So in order to get to max rank, from 0 to max, you need 21 arcane energizes, and it's one of the rarest arcanes in the game. One of those, you know, a less than 1% drop chance from an enemy that takes at least maybe 15 minutes at the minimum to farm or something like that. So everybody says just get it from the seasonal events, which this is currently going on. So here I can just do some generic farming in the seasonal mission mode. Get points in that, and then spend those points on Arcane Energize. But I need a lot of them. You can get like a half hour will get me about like 900 to 1,000 of the currency. And it costs 800 per Arcane Energize, so I can get it within the month. That's for sure, but it's gonna be a while. There's other things in the shop to get to that are only available now. You can see why I'd want to farm that out, because the sooner I can do it, the better, because I'm guessing a lot of the pugs will lose steam by the end of the month. So most people will have what they want, and they'll be burnt out. Part of why I want to get on it sooner rather than later. Yeah, it can be very hard to keep your energy up without Arcane Energize. There's like some other alternatives, but like they're just meant to hold you over, make things passably work until you get that, because it's a very, very highly sought after item. Again, incredibly rare drop chance if you were to do it without the seasonal event. Okay, down here there's a special wall, but the last 15 minutes I do want to chill a bit in Ultra Kill. Because I'm getting the same feeling as last time. Like, it's probably just gonna... I can probably blaze through this if I really want to, but I still feel like, you know, some of the old memories of going through here on PlayStation 3 are coming back. Well, a half-hour farming if your party's good, because it's possible to fail the mission and have to bail out early. So, depends who you get put with if you're doing public matchmaking. It's pretty consistent if you're doing it with the lads, as let's say. If you're just pugging it, you just have to hope you get someone that has good DPS. Oh, and know what they're doing. Because even if they have good DPS, if they don't know what they're doing, that's no DPS at all. Yeah, from the beginning it's fine. In a few days. He either did this music and the game. He didn't do the models. He got help on the models, but everything else was him. Alright, you'll get to play this tomorrow, Schliff. As you said, you get to pick up your GPU tomorrow. I'm excited for you. The video game music really is good. Keyboard and mouse setup still feels a bit off. Which is to be expected, because I haven't... Like, it's not like the settings software side, it's like the actual placement on my desk. There's usually a comfortable spot for me. I end up shifting it around throughout the day. I'm not going as fast as I could. Not by a long shot. Heard of that, but yeah, I mean, I don't think I've updated it in a long time, but there is a list of multiplayer games that I made, I think in VS Natus, and pinned it. Say like, hey, if you guys want to play with me or something, here are some games you can do. Why not railgun one guy? Oh, that's free on phone, but not on PC. That's the issue with it. I mean, Warframe's free to play, but I just have to laugh at the thought of me recommending that. Yeah, so if you want to know how to do the challenge for this, yeah, I missed it. Oh well, you get the idea. Yeah, it's free on the app stores, but not on Steam. Or I think I've only checked on Steam though. Let's do phase 1. If you have the shotgun, you can skip phase 1, but let's do phase 1 anyways. Yeah, first we could totally play along this. Well, there would be the issue of screen peeking on my end, because you guys would be watching me play. And you'd know which role I am. Check the honor system at that point, I think. It would be for funsies, though. Alright. Thought I was on the wrong arm. Double headshot with the charge shot. That's what you always aim for. Yeah, I mean, I could have like an extreme stream delay on my end, depending on how long the rounds are. But nah. It can be more enjoyable if you play it more lightheartedly rather than to win. Big punch. Jackbox. Okay, is Jackbox a game or a platform? Because I thought it was like a game, but the way you're what you just said made me think maybe it's a platform like Parsec or something. Okay. Oh yeah, it's boss time. Yeah, I mean, you can go across here with parkouring if you didn't have the ingenuity to think you could just cross the lava gap. Cut out the audio. Oh, they're supposed. The second one's supposed to spawn at full health, I think. You know, that's the challenge. And yeah, that took us 15 minutes. Yeah, I also read through some patch notes last patch of the year. Actually, changed the nerf to the alt revolver, so now it's you have to. Yeah, so it saves the fact that you have or haven't cocked it. So it's a fast draw now. It's still slower than the regular revolver, but not super slow. Doesn't feel sluggish and unresponsive. And you can fire it pretty immediately. Just if you haven't cocked it, get slowed down. What else did they do? I don't think they did any other weapon balancing. Except for maybe a small buff to screwdriver, but maybe it was like that already. Alright, there was some HUD stuff, wasn't there? I'm curious what inverted... Interesting. That is an interesting way to do a cursor. It's visible on all spots, just inverted with what you're looking at. Extra thick. Oh, that is extra thick. Yeah, having a fade helps you focus. When it comes to showing off the fact that there is a crosshair HUD, no fade is good. Got your health, got your stamina. Okay, so it's not part of the crosshair HUD yet. Yeah, except for rail cannon meter, that was added. Oh, would you look at that? Thunderbolt icon. Yeah, that's a very clear audio cue that rings in above everything else. Even the cacophony of explosions, you hear that over it. So I don't really need the visual cue. I'll hear when I have a rail cannon up. Color. Oh, colors. Colors. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a lot of colors we can change. This is a lot of colors. One thing that I want them to do, though, is to kind of flesh out the crosshair HUD a bit with one thing. Having the crosshair change color to match my fist type. Because that's the one thing you can't really tell without the crosshair HUD. It's which fist you're on. I mean, I can now because I have this red skull here, but look. There's no visual indication of which fist I'm on. Now, if I turn on the regular HUD, you can see there, it changes color. That's there. As I said, I like it off, so I can't actually tell which fist I'm on, I just have to remember. Fucking shotgun shells. Yeah, this game's gonna last a long time. Long time. Oh, if I turn fast enough, I can actually... Oh, man. That's awesome. Got a shotgun in my right hand, a shotgun in my left hand. Just wait till we have to do all the power-ups. Well, I've already shown you guys the video. Oh, that's not the parry arm. No, that's not. Huh. Surprised it didn't kill. Yes, you can quick shot it. You can totally quick shot it. I'm getting... There's... Alright. Well, it's gonna be after stream pretty soon. One last thing to see about trying. Oh, that's a pretty far drop. Oh, thank you very much for watching. Been a fun time. I'll have to watch that video, invest the censorship thing, and then I have to grind Warframe for the remainder of the night. On memes? Alright, I'll answer that before finally signing off. They are funny, humorous, they can be uplifting, but when you get so immersed in memes that you start thinking in them, that is a problem because memes tend to be oversimplifications of whatever their subject is. And thinking in those oversimplifications is very, very bad for your worldview. Reductionist thinking is what it is. It leads to thinking in black and white. Yeah. Like, it's good to enjoy memes, but don't indulge so much you start thinking in memes, because that's very bad for your brain. You don't think because things are... The world is a very complex place, and memes tend to simplify things to an extreme for the sake of a joke. So if you start thinking in those simplified terms, you... Iterating myself, but... Yeah. Something to enjoy in moderation. That, good night.